400 tiny Hot Wheels.
Oh my
and all
God.
that.
I love a Hot Wheel car.
First of all, very good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us here at the FF Tattoo Studio here at
Thank
Sibos
you
Frankfurt
for
2025. That was a mouthful.
This is very edgy.
Well, we're going to be doing the Allevo logo. We're doing a bit of a twist on it, aren't we?
Yes, because I thought if you're doing tattoos, maybe I should think of both my babies. I have like a real baby, like my son who's perfect and all, but I also have my company. So why don't we mix the two and have, both of them on my arm, the most important things in one's life, right?
Obviously, you've been to a fair few Siboses.
My first one was 2008 and I skipped two, so this is my 15th. And
15th.
It's a bit starting to feel old when I think of it like that.
Oh, when you think of it, yeah.
Yeah, 2008, so Lehman Brothers crashed and everything was very posh and all in Vienna, and it's evolved a lot since then.
I think Sibos has changed since then because as soon as the crash happened, then it became so expensive to send people that the level of people attending Sibos on average went way, way up.
And at the beginning, so my beginning, right, there were only like banks, and then they accepted vendors, but who were part of the street community, but now it's way more open. If you look at
They had Ripple here one year.
And the fintechs and all the, yeah.
So what I want to know is, what is it about Allevo and Allevo's mission that sticks with you yourself so succinctly?
Well, we are all about providing our customers with the essentials that they need to run a bank, right? So people say, wow, that's boring. You do now like ISO migration and instant payments, and yeah, I heard of all that. But if that doesn't work, or if it's not done right, then there's a problem and you can't do anything else. So we're all about providing the service to our customers that enables them to run their bank. And it's not easy. I mean, if you talk about ISO, there's 4 days of sessions back to back over here, talking about an XML standard, right?
Yep.
How difficult can it be? But then you get into these tiny conversations about the quality of data, what goes in an address field and all that. And that is something that takes a long time, and it takes a long time because it needs to get the entire industry to work together and to get on the same page, right? You need to work with other people. Otherwise, you create these little isolated islands of a number of banks that work together in a certain jurisdiction, but you cannot talk to anybody else, and you have problems about instant cross-border, all that. So yeah, I would say that these essential bits and pieces need to work flawlessly.
Oh, you smashed that there, Jade. Look at that.
Yeah, got a little car there going.
And we're putting this on this on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Getting ready for my very first tattoo.
One of the things I've heard at this Sibos event, which I've never heard before, and I wonder your take on it, is I've had both people dealing with customers and people on the tech side dealing with their teams, and they're talking about getting their hands dirty. Have you heard anything similar around people getting, like leadership especially, getting into the thick of it?
Yeah, so actually, I come again to this AI Act thing that came on my table, and I was like, okay, let's talk first to the teams and see what their preference of tooling is. I mean, we had some, of the classical, what's your operating system, and then how do you source control, how do you change management, what do you use for this and that, whatever, licensing, the old-fashioned classic model. But then all these services come up that are somewhat free to use and very accessible to people. And I said, listen, we also work with people who are 20-something, right, and know a lot more about coding and everything than obviously myself and the dinosaurs in the company. So we started from that, and they vary a lot. I mean, they use things that I hadn't heard of before. So listen, we take anything on a use-suggest basis, whatever. We assess if it's a tool that doesn't bring too much risk, or if it's a tool that is, let's say, safe enough to use, right? It's the way that we started this. So we started with an open mindset of bringing in stuff that enables our team to work way easier, to do their job better, faster, and to take out the boring stuff. And of course, this is a lot about the AI tools that you can use nowadays that I think are very welcome. And my take on it is if you do assisted use of these tools and don't let them run too wild, check and have some points of control, it's something that's amazing to bring in, yeah.
Jade's steady hand there.
I still should stop moving.
You're absolutely fine, to be fair.
Well, the last thing I kind of want to touch on is what is on your agenda for the rest of the year?
We have obviously the ISO migration, which is now a couple of weeks from now, for all our customers at the same time. Some of them are sort of live or testing. Yeah, and it's something that to us feels like, because it's not a project started a couple of months ago, it dates back. So it's, the last 100 miles, and when you see it final, it brings joy to the entire team. We've got that. We've got a number of customers joining the various payment schemes as well, and that's more than enough to keep our team overly busy.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Let's have a look at that. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, and a little car on the Allevo highway. It's amazing.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.